Hey there, it's Mr. Miller. I'm going to be demonstrating how to place a document again, and then also we're going to be tracing shapes. And this time our shapes are going to have multiple colors. Multiple curves and straight lines and all sorts of different things. So the ones we created the other day, you can see down here on the preview. I'm a little bit bigger. There's the preview right there. I had the design had some curves. We used some handlebars to move things around, changed the color of the stroke, color of the fill, and so on. This time, what we're going to do is we're going to create a new document. It's going to be a letter document just like before. We're going to hit create. Then I'm going to place a file in here. So I'm going to go File, Place, and I need to find the file that I'm working with, and there's two of them. The first one is called Shapes. So Shapes 2. Let me find it really quick. There we go. And I'm going to hit place. And again, you click in here and hold, and then drag down and fill it into the screen, and then you hit embed. What that does is that puts it in the background, and we're not able to work with that layer now. So we're going to grab the pen tool, and we're going to trace each one of these shapes. And I would suggest zooming in because it makes it easier to see and to do things. You're going to click on a corner. There we go. Click. You'll see that these follow pretty straight lines, and so it should do a good job of allowing you to snap to the lines. You'll notice that when I get over top of the last one, if you didn't see it in the first time we were doing this, next to my pen is a little circle, and that basically means that I'm completing that shape. Before I get there, there's no circle. As soon as I get to that circle, and I get to that last point, it's going to fill in that shape completely. Now that shape is complete. I want to make sure that I'm using a different color for the fill and a different color for the stroke. And I also want to increase it at least to 2 or possibly 3 on the stroke. That way we can see it, and then we'll move to the next shape. When you get to, let me scroll down here to some of the curvy ones. You should have already practiced using the Bezier tool. Looks like Bezier. And so when you get to that one, when you're working with that one, you'll notice that you can curve these by pulling the handlebars, then working to the next one, pulling the handlebar in the direction of the path. Click before. Click after it. I'm trying to follow this path as much as possible. So there's that one. We get down here to something like this puzzle piece. This one is where it gets kind of tricky. This one, and I think the waves. There's the waves. There's a fire. Let's do the fire one. So you can see that right here, as I click and hold, you can kind of see that line. I want to make sure that that line is matching. But then also, this one has to go back this way because there's that. Let's move this one. So it follows that path a little bit better. If you need to lower your opacity a little bit so that you can actually see the design behind it, that could happen too. So if you notice, I went back here, I did the option, and then I clicked on the handlebar to adjust this one. Once I get that done, the final anchor point is not my current anchor point anymore. I've changed it over to this one. If I click on this, you'll see that there's a slash at the bottom. That reconnects me to that anchor point to add the next spot. So I can come this way. You'll see you'll have to hit option before you even let go. And bring it down this way. After you've done a couple of these, it should be a little bit easier. See, I have to come back this way. And you're going to continue drawing this shape. Okay, I need to go back over this way. As you practice using this, it does take a little bit of time to figure out how the length of the handlebar. You'll see that my handlebars are 2 different lengths because this is a longer curve. I need to pull it down just a little bit more, and then it should match pretty good when I get it all done. So there's my flame. And if I need to, I can bring this back up to 100%. So that is this project. You are working on this set of shapes. We're also working, let me make a new file, and I will place the other set. These are all files that are getting turned in at the end of the week. Place. It does not take that long, but we do need to practice these because we have some bigger projects we're going to start here next week, and I want to make sure that you are able to do some of these things. Embed. And you can see that there are a lot of things on here. On this one, on shapes number 2, there are 16 different shapes. I want you to choose half of them. You're going to draw 8 of these shapes. Your choice, which ones you draw. If you like straight lines, there are some easier ones for the straight lines. But you get to choose 8 of these. So we have shapes 1, shapes 2. You also have a couple other files that are being turned in. Remember, when you're working with these, that we need to go File, Save As. Make sure that we're saving this as an Illustrator file. Miller-shapes 1. On shapes 1, you're doing all of the files. All of these are getting drawn. And then shapes 2, you're doing just 2. Save as. Miller-shapes 2. And then in order to turn these in, we need to make sure that once we are fully complete, that we are saving as and changing the file type to an SVG right down here. That lets me see the projects that you're working on. So 8 of these, all of these, turn them into the assignment on Schoology. Make sure that you have changed the fill color and the stroke color on both assignments so you can see that there are some differences between the original and the new one. Take your time, move slow, and practice using these tools because we are going to be doing logos and other cool stuff here in the next week or so. And eventually we'll get into some t-shirt design and designing of some different things that way. So good luck. If you have any questions, let me know.